All right, welcome back. We are diving into Chapter 4 of the 8 Career Skills series. And let me tell you, this one's a big deal. We're talking about the Employer Research Orchestrator. And look, this isn't just another skill on the list. No, this is a full-blown system designed to give you some serious firepower in your most critical coaching conversations. So yeah, let's get right into it.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. A student walks into your office, they've got an offer from some hot new startup, or maybe they're staring at two completely different career paths, totally paralyzed. They're looking at you, expecting answers for these huge, life-shaping decisions. And you know, deep down, that just going with your gut feeling, it's just not going to be enough.
And that right there is exactly the problem this system is built to solve. It's all about moving past just well-intentioned advice and into the realm of truly evidence-grounded guidance. Think about it. You're building a defensible case for or against a major career move that your student can actually hang their hat on. So what is this thing, really? Well, think of it this way. The other skills we've talked about, they're all about the coaching relationship, right? That human-to-human connection. But the orchestrator, it does something different. It handles all the back-end intelligence, the institutional knowledge, the market data that really great coaching decisions are built on.
Yeah, you can pretty much think of it as your own personal in-house research analyst. It's built to give you a systematic, repeatable process to look at any opportunity from every possible angle. And the best part? It frees you up to focus on what you're really good at, coaching that student through the actual decision.
So what kind of questions does it help you answer? Well, they're the big ones, the ones that keep students staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. We're talking about things like, is this company even financially stable? Or will this job even exist in 3 years? I mean, is the pay fair? What's the culture really like? These aren't minor details. They're the absolute foundation of a good career move. And the system is designed to dig up real sourced answers. Okay, so how does it work? Under the hood, the orchestrator is really built on 3 core parts that all work together. You've got a workflow to guide you, a set of reference files that are like the analytical engine, and templates to make sure your output is always on point. Let's pull back the curtain on each of those.
First up is the 10-step workflow. And this is your roadmap. It gives you a clear, structured path from the second a student walks in with an opportunity to the moment you deliver your analysis. It makes sure you hit every single base. We're talking company financials, risk modeling, all the way to a final quality assurance check. Nothing gets missed.
And you might be thinking, this sounds complicated, but getting it started is actually super simple. Seriously. You just open the main skill file, which is basically a giant master prompt with all the system's logic packed inside, and you paste it into a new AI chat. That's it. Then you just feed it 6 key inputs: the company name, the role, the job post, the student's profile, the location, and this is the important part, the context. Are they just applying? Are they prepping for an interview? Or are they staring at a real offer? Okay, now this is where the magic really happens. The reference library. This is the engine of the whole system. You've got these pre-built frameworks for, well, everything. Ref03, for example, breaks down financial analysis, so even if you're not a finance whiz, you can get it. Ref07 has risk models for things like layoffs or AI disruption. And check this out. Ref02 even gives you evidence standards, so you can be confident you're working with high-quality sources.
And finally, to tie it all together, the system provides 5 fillable output templates. This is all about consistency and professionalism. It means that whether you're building out a full, deep dive employer dossier for a huge offer, or just a simple side-by-side scorecard for a student weighing 2 options, your final product is always polished and easy to understand. Okay, so that's all the machinery, the nuts and bolts, but the real question is, how does this actually change things in your day-to-day coaching? Let's make this real. We're going to walk through 4 super common scenarios to see how this system works in the wild. All right, scenario A, the classic. Should I even bother applying for this? You know the one. A student comes in with a job posting, totally unsure if it's a real shot or just a complete waste of time.
For this one, it's all about speed and focus. You're not going to run the whole 10-step process. Nope. You just set the decision context to apply, run a few of the key steps, and lean heavily on that role and candidate analysis file. And get this, in about 15, maybe 20 minutes, you can have a really clear data-backed answer for them. Not just yes or no, but a breakdown of why it's a good fit and exactly what gaps they need to address. Okay, scenario B. Things are getting serious. The student got the interview. Awesome. But now the pressure is on. They have to prepare, and I mean really prepare. Going beyond just rereading their own resume one more time. This is where you'd use the role fit and gap analysis template.
And you'd also pull in that leadership mapping file to try and figure out who they might actually be talking to. What's so cool about this is how it pairs with other skills, like the interview prep studio. The end result is a coaching session that isn't just generic advice. It prepares the student for the specific interview they're about to have. And now, the big one. Scenario C. A student has a job offer on the table right now. This is as high stakes as it gets, right? It's an emotional moment, and they need you to be the voice of reason to give them a clear, rational way to look at it. When there's an offer, you pull out all the stops. You run the full 10-step workflow. You bring in the heavy hitters, the financial analysis, the comp data, the risk models, the whole decision framework. Yeah, it takes a little longer, maybe 30 to 45 minutes of prep, but what you give that student is an evidence-based decision that they can confidently defend to their parents, to their professors, and most importantly, to themselves.
Last but not least, scenario D. This is the most complex situation, but honestly, it's the best problem a student could possibly have, choosing between multiple offers. This is where you absolutely need clarity and structure, or things get messy fast. So what do? You run the full workflow for each company, and then you plug all that data into the employer comparison scorecard. What this does is create this beautiful, objective, side-by-side view that just cuts right through all the noise and emotion. It lets the student clearly see the trade-offs and make a choice based on what actually matters most to them.
So there you have it. That's the Employer Research Orchestrator. It's not just a tool, it's a whole system designed to take your coaching from simple advice to powerful analysis. It's really about giving you everything you need to help your students walk through their biggest career decisions with real clarity and genuine confidence. So I'll just leave you with this question. What could your coaching look like with a full-blown research system backing you up on every single student decision?